I mean, everything. I always tell people, you go to somewhere and you're talking to somebody and say, yeah, we make dryers, and they say, well, they think in clothes dryers. From what I've seen, we dry everything but clothes. That's I guess what got me in engineering is growing up, I always liked math and numbers. I just had a knack for it.
From an early age, I was very good at math, and I really enjoyed it.
Most of the time we talk about dryer size, we refer to the inside diameter by the overall length. This unit here is 17 feet in diameter and roughly 100 feet long. Volume-wise, as much space it takes up, it's the largest by volume that we've built. It's also pretty high up there on one of the heaviest units we've built. This one weighs, empty, weighs over 200 tons, about 210 tons. But still, like all the other rotaries, it's still supported by the 2 riding rings, what we call tires, and they sit on the 4 rolling trunnions, which provide the support, and it's driven by 1 gear set. You have a drive gear and a big driven gear. Just everything on it is just large.
Typically in a direct heat dryer, you have a housing that encompasses the end, and it'll drop out, and the exhaust air goes out the top over to your dust collection system to collect the really fine stuff. All of this material is very fine. We're just taking everything out. So it has a cone on the end, and what happens is, because that cone tapers down to a smaller diameter, it hits the velocity to be able to carry that material out into whatever they're using to collect it.
The only portion I play in the actual moving is we always provide to our customers and to the heavy lift contractor, because we don't have the ability to move that unit down the road. We hire out for that. But what we do is we provide them what's called a shipping sketch. So on a shipping sketch, it shows the approval of the lift points so that you don't damage the unit. It shows the overall length at the longest, the overall width, and the overall height. And it also gives them a total weight and where that center of gravity is. So they know, okay, when we go to pick this thing up, we have to pick at these 2 points, and we're lifting this amount of weight. We shipped a unit years ago that was complete, and it was built here, but it had to get down to the river. And the only way that the city kind of worked out for us to do so was when it went out onto the highway, our section of the highway, they did it like 4:30 in the morning on a Sunday. And from mile marker this to mile marker this, they had cop cars and they shut down the entire expressway. When they do these surveys, when they're moving something that heavy, it's not just the road and the road bed, but what's under. Right. So they had to cross Zorn Avenue. Well, Zorn Avenue is the main water line that comes into Louisville from Louisville Water Company. Yeah. And so they were worried about when that weight goes across from one side to the other, the pressure it would put in the ground. So they had to crib up the road and spread the weight out so they wouldn't bust the main water line coming into Louisville. From purchase order to ship date. On some smaller, the most simplistic direct fire dryers, they can be done in 20 weeks. Now, when you look at the higher end, we have steam tube dryers with specific sealing assemblies. I've seen them go as long as 56 to 58 weeks. So now you're talking, I'm buying a unit now for startup next May.
Coming in here, and when I first came, they toured me around the different shops, and I had no idea this was even an industry, or that things were built to do these things, and things that weighed 200, 300, 400 tons could be built and moved around just to process different materials. I mean, Louisville Dryer, when you look at all the things they process, it touches almost every industry. There's pharmaceutical, there's food, this one is plastics, so it touches fuels and energy, it touches everything.